So my name is Robin Pinkus. I was raised Jewish. I was bat mitzvahed, very involved in Jewish organizations. All my friends were Jewish. I really didn't have friends that weren't Jewish. My brother accepted Jesus 6 years ago. And when he called to tell me that he was getting baptized, I just said, do you know what you're doing? So someone knew that I had met. He's an amazing singer. I said to him, gosh, I'd really like to hear you sing one day. And he said, oh, you can, if you come to church. I drove up into the parking lot and I had an anxiety attack in the car. I don't know what I'm doing here. This just goes against everything I've been taught. I've never been in a church. I've never been invited to a church. And I guess my desire to hear him sing was bigger than sitting in the car. So I decided I'm just getting out of the car. And I walked into the church, and as soon as I sat down, I was just calm. Like, wow, I don't feel like I thought I would. The one thing that struck me from listening to Jamie was how much the Jews were talked about in church, which I had no idea. I felt like I was very special being Jewish. So I would go back to my boyfriend and say, well, what did they mean by this? And what's the story behind this? And his response to me was, a really good place for you to start is reading the Bible. And I went home and I just started reading. And I actually at some point felt betrayed that I wasn't given information about Jesus Christ, that we were just taught we just don't believe. And the more I read convinced me that, yes, we should believe. That I'm still Jewish, but I know that Jesus Christ is the Messiah, and I believe it. And immediately, I just felt, I felt so different from the inside out. I felt this overwhelming love just fill me. So the first phone call I made was to my brother to tell him that I've accepted Jesus Christ, and he just started to cry. And I said, well, I want you to know I made the decision, I'm getting baptized, and you're going to go in the water with me. And he was just like, oh my gosh. He said, what an honor. He said, he was so excited. So he was here. He came in and he and Brian dunked me. Yeah. Every year we have a traditional Hanukkah dinner. And we always celebrate the last night of Hanukkah because the Hanukkahs are all lit and with all the candles, and it's just such a pretty picture. And I did think about wearing one of my pro-Jesus t-shirts, but it's difficult this year because this is really my first Christmas. Although Hanukkah is very, very important, I would love to share Christmas with my children. Everybody sees a change in me, everyone. And people who don't know what has happened have said, oh, you look so happy. What's going on in your life that you just, you look amazing? And I get to share and tell them exactly what's come into my life that is so amazing and why I'm so happy. I want them to know the love and the joy that can just overtake them if they give their hearts, if they believe in Jesus Christ as their Messiah, that it can change their life. I'm Robin Pinkus, and that's my story.